We're talking about the currency market now. We're looking at latest developments. In the last couple of weeks, the central bank has come out with numerous policies to try to protect the local currency, that is the Naira. The Naira has been under tremendous pressure. The Central Bank of Nigeria has consistently had to draw down on foreign reserves to continue to protect the Naira. And so some of the policies have been with regards banning some certain items from accessing foreign exchange from the official window, instead having to go to the black market, that is a parallel market. And so we've seen the Naira fluctuating at the parallel market, hitting as high as 240 Naira to the dollar. But in recent times, we've seen that in the last couple of trading days, that the Naira has come and is, the parallel market has come down and is trading around 215 to 220 Naira to the dollar, but at the official window, it has remained at 197 Naira, fluctuating between 197 and 199 Naira to the dollar. We're talking about the latest developments in the currency market now. I'm being joined on the program by the Executive Secretary of Financial Markets Dealers Association, Wale Abbey. Good morning, and thank you so much for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
Well, let's talk, latest policies and the effects it's been having on the market. The market has been going all yo-yo, up and down, fluctuating so crazily that a lot of people have gotten so dizzy just looking at those numbers. And let's get the perspectives, or your perspectives, on developments at the market.
Well, let me say the market that I recognize has not experienced the kind of volatility you are painting. You have said that between 197 and 198, and that's the market, the interbank market. However, one cannot pretend not to see that there is the existence of what we call the black market, described as the parallel market, and in which case, and of course, remember the BDC segment is also there. But the fact is this, which the central bank emphatically, has come out to say, that based on demand, what you can call demand that you can say that passes through the official channels, that the interbank market represents about 90, maybe on the average about over 95%. In which case, you have the demand you have in the other segments of the market, especially the parallel market, is actually insignificant. However, in Nigeria, we must not. We have to take cognizance of one thing. You have the formal sector, and then you have the informal sector. And unfortunately, a lot of data about the informal sector is not available. So, but central bank will deal with issues that arise from the formal market. And that's why I have said in that formal market, which is the market they regulate, which is the interbank market and the BDCs, especially the interbank market, where I represent, that is exactly, you discover that rates have been quite relatively stable.
But you see, rates are stable at the official window,
yes,
but not a lot of people have the opportunity to go to the official window to access Forex. And so they go to the parallel market. And it is the parallel market that everybody kind of puts their eye on to get what is actually trending at the moment. For instance, you have the dollar trading at around 220 and 225 Naira. And then you have the pound, British pound, that is trading well above 310 Naira to the pound. And so you're wondering, why do you have, the currency, the disparity at the disparity between the parallel market and the official window so huge? And you're expecting that the central bank's policy will somehow or the other discourage people from going to the black market to access?
One thing we should recognize is this: there are legal transactions, and then there are illegal transactions that people engage in. The central bank has repeatedly said if you have any legal transaction that comes under maybe what we call eligible, transactions, the invisible trade, you want to pay school fees, remittances, medical bills, maintenance, students' maintenance allowance, and all of those. Which they've published that repeatedly in the papers, that that banks should make it as a priority, so that you come through the official window. But many Nigerians, that is the truth, especially at the retail end. We don't want to. We always want to find the shortest cut. If you drive in Lagos and there is heavy traffic, you see a few people. What do? They go and then enter in front.
But you cannot do one way when it comes to currency. Going to the black market, apart from those, from people who, for instance, can't access credit, forex from the official window. Those list of banned items that have to probably source forex from other means. Every other Nigerian, I think, should go to the official window. Okay,
let me say this. Look, the reality is this. You are aware of the fact that, excuse me, you are aware of the fact that the reserves, have dwindled considerably. And between the last 1 month or 1.5, you can see accretion to foreign reserves. And why has that happened? Why? You discover that a lot of leakages are being plugged, especially given what the government is doing on the fiscal side, even though the government has not, the team has not been properly constituted. But you can see attempts at plugging loopholes and leakages. Then, the central bank on its own side, monetary policy side, is also doing its best. The truth is that what we have as at now will possibly cover about a little over 5 months of import. But you used you used the word protect, that the central bank has tried to. That's the role of the central bank. So central bank will not leave the market such that at the end of the day the economy of Nigeria will collapse. No. So, and that's so officially, if you have any eligible transaction, you come through the official market. And but if you need maybe $100, $200, and then you don't want to fill any form and all of those, of course, you can go to this so-called parallel market. We are all aware that it is there. But the beauty of it is that at the end of the day, I think a greater attention, it is good that this is happening, because a greater attention will now be paid, to what, to ways by which we can actually grow the economy in a way that the increasing dependence on foreign, on imports, can reduce significantly.
So, quickly comment on this. The Central Bank of Nigeria brought out a policy with regards depositing foreign exchange into domiciliary accounts, and that's somehow or the other also fueled the disparity we saw at the parallel market. Do you think they should ease that restriction so that you starve the parallel market of funds?
Okay, let me say this. When there are unusual situations, then you can resort to unusual, solutions. Central bank must have seen what we are not seeing. And I have always said, central bank has the total picture. We can only see one side of the coin, but they see both sides of the coin, and they take a look at. They protect the interests of the economy, beyond the currency market. As a result, you just said the banned, and I think the word they use is they suspended. The truth is, we don't have enough foreign exchange to meet the demand, based on the fact that our main export, oil, the price has reduced considerably in the global oil market. You just analyzed what happened in that market. So what do you do if you are a breadwinner in the family and then half of your income is gone? will you be able to maintain the same luxury you were taking on before? The answer is no. So as a nation, so the central bank has to respond to ensure that it protects the interest of the economy as a whole. And so whatever it has to do in terms of using monetary policy measures to achieve that, even when you mention the issue of some relative control, well, we have to, I mean, it could be an unusual thing in a market-based economy. But however, there is no economy that is totally market-based without government interventions, either directly or through its agencies.
Okay, so now, do you think that, you know, there have been calls for the Central Bank of Nigeria to review the list of items prohibited from accessing Forex from the official window? Do you think if the list is actually reviewed from 41 to probably 30 or even 35, do you think we'll see that disparity between the parallel market and, you know, the official window reduce?
Well, first of all, I don't even want to talk about the parallel market, because the actual demand in that parallel market compared to the demand in the main market is incomparable. It's incomparable. Then, secondly, I ask myself the question, do we want to continue to support the existence of the parallel market? I think what we should do is, what Nigerians should be thinking is, look, how can we redress the economy in a way as to be able for you and I to walk into a bank and if you require foreign exchange demand, fill the necessary form and get that, either on our cards or whatever. So there are a number of irregularities and a number of anomalies, and a number of things that were happening, which occasioned some of these policies. I mean, to the extent that, look, the one thing is clear: the central bank wants to prevent a situation whereby people speculate on the naira or round trip. Or round trip, I mean, take money from the official market and then take it to the parallel, so-called parallel market. And so it is better that we come up with holistic, you know, interventions and then take a look at a direction that on the either in the both, not just on the short run, but also in the medium term and then the long term, that we find solutions to the crisis that we face as a nation, so that we can look inwards as opposed to looking outwards.
Walebe, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning and sharing your perspectives with us.
My pleasure.